again with another tip on how to save money when working on art projects or craft projects. And today I'm going to talk about paint, and then I'm going to show you how I worked on that box that I was talking about in my last video when I was talking about working with shingles. Okay? So if you go to Walmart, you can get this little 2-ounce bottle of paint. Right here. I have to learn where the lens is. There we go. This little 2-ounce bottle of paint. And this will cost you 50 cents to $1, depending on if you want glossy or flat. This is a flat, so this was 50 cents. You can get a bigger bottle, which is more economical. This is, I believe, about $3 or $4, and this is 16 ounces. So it makes more sense to buy this than it does this if you're using a lot of this color. If you're not, then it doesn't make sense. I buy my white and my primary colors in this size, which is 32 ounces. This is about $10, maybe $9. But if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, they have a section in the paint department called the Oops, O-O-P-S, and that's where people have had paint made a certain color and they don't like it. So they return it. Here's a nice creamy yellow. Here's a pretty blue. You can tell by the color on the cap, because often the container is white itself. Here's a greenish gray. Another green. Here's a really pretty silvery gray. Anyway, I get all these in the Oops department because this one was 25 cents. And this is for 7 ounces. This one was only $1. Almost 8 ounces. Almost 8 ounces again. This was $1. Here's a nice Velspar. Again, almost 8 ounces for $1. This one here was only 50 cents for some reason. So that's another way to save money. And it's just as good as any... Well, it's a latex paint generally, and this is acrylic paint. You're not going to see the difference in your art, except it might be a little bit shinier. But it holds really well. It's well painted. It's washable. It's fade resistant generally. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to that box I was working on yesterday. And here we go. I've got a lot of the wood cut, not all of it, because again, I'm not very organized. Let me just move my camera, I'm sorry. Here we go. Here's the box. I've painted it. Just I threw some black paint on it and just spread it with my hand. So if there's any holes in this wood, it's going to show through. You're going to see the black behind it. And here I've attached 2 pieces of the wood, just with some hot glue. I'm going to show you how I paint it as well. And I'm going to put this piece right here. This is a nice piece. Coincidentally, this shingle wood fits this box perfectly. If I cut one piece, it fits this side and that side, so I lucked out with that. So I very simply just hot glue. I put the glue on the wood, not on the box. I hot glue it right down to the box. And it's okay if it overlaps. I don't want that green and black again. I don't seem to see a color that I like for here. I wasn't really planning this out when I did it very well. And I think I want a bluer piece for here. So this is a good opportunity to show you how I paint it. And it's really ridiculous. I'm very, very casual about my art and my projects. It works better if I wet the wood first. This is the piece I want to use. It doesn't matter if I paint over what I already painted. I just wet the wood first. I have a bucket here of water from just an old ice cream bucket. of ice cream came in that. So I'm wetting it first, just dipping my hand in the water. Then I'm going to do this. Open up the jar of paint. I probably should shake it a little bit first. There we go. There's some paint on the cover. Dip my finger in. Smear it on. There we go. Just random like that. Leaving some of the green. There we go. There we go. I like that better. Yeah, I like that much better. I've got a washcloth here. Very well loved washcloth. Or hated. Depending on how you look at it. I can stick this right on when it's wet. It doesn't matter. Stick it right over the other one. Oh yeah, that's better. I love those colors together. And my fingerprints don't matter. None of this matters. It's all very random. There's a nice green piece. I think that'll fit here well. It doesn't have to fit the corners because I'm going to cover those with some rope. So it doesn't matter if it doesn't fit perfectly. So again, I'm just putting the hot glue on, sticking it on the box. So you get the idea. Pretty sure anyone who watches me has some brains, because I don't do well with people who aren't very bright. All my friends are intelligent. I'm lucky that way. And I'll stick this piece here. This nice greeny piece. This is a good hot glue gun. It does hot or cooler. But oh man, it is not fun to be burned by this. I've got it on high temp right now. And you get that on your fingers and you get a blister absolutely every time. There's no chance you won't. I like this weathered piece here. Isn't it? It's really nice looking. I mean, maybe not to everybody, but it is to me. I don't think things have to be brand new looking to be beautiful. Oh, and I just ran out of hot glue. Here we go. I love these long sticks. There we go. And this box is done. I mean, it's so silly. It's so easy. Oh, no, it's not. I have a piece here I need. Let's see what I've got. You know, I like this piece. It's not cut to the right size. So I'm just going to quickly cut that. As I showed you in my last video, it's super simple to cut. Just going to measure it to the box. You see this space? It's not going to matter. I'm going to cover that. Okay, I'll cut it to the square right here. There we go. I'm going to square it right here. And on the other side as well. And just snap it right off. It didn't snap perfectly. I've got this little bit of jagged piece. That's where my scissors come in. Remember I told you I cut this stuff with scissors? I wasn't lying. There you go. It just flew across the room with the rest of my junk. Put this piece right here. And let's give it a nice bit of paint. I'm dipping it in the water. I'm just going to spread the blue. That's pretty. Just with my fingers. I really like painting with my fingers. I'll show you how I do a painting someday with my hands. Mostly when I paint, I use my hands. Dipping it might not have been a good idea since I'm putting glue on the back, but we'll see. It'll probably still stick. If not, I'll re-stick it later. There we go. Not bad. Now I've got these 2 lengths of rope that I've cut. This is really cheap. Again, Walmart. Maybe $2 for a whole bunch of it. Just hot glue this right to the edges to cover up this the corners of the box. So I'm going to put these 2 lengths of rope right in these corners. I'm going to leave some sticking up so it looks like handles. I'm going to put the glue on the box because I don't want it on my fingers. And as I said, it's really, really hot. I've had my share of blisters from this stuff. I'll just tuck it right in there. And it covers it all. I'm going to leave some sticking up. This is a little longer than I want because otherwise it's going to stick up too much. So give me too much of a handle. So I'm going to pull it down and cut it off to where I want it. So I'm going to leave all this down here. And I'll cut it off. I want about this much of a handle. Okay, this ended up being a little bit long, so I'm just going to put it, see how much of a handle I want here. This rope ended up being a little bit long, so I'm going to see how much of a handle I want here. And this is about right. And I'll glue it down, then I'll cut off the extra. Again, I'm putting the glue onto the wood, not onto the rope, because I do not want this glue on my fingers. I heard they sell silicone things to cover your fingers with when working with hot glue, and I think that's a really good idea. And I may have to invest in those. I don't imagine they're very expensive. Ouch, it stuck to me. Put a little more because that doesn't seem to be sticking really well. It must have slipped in there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Art is not perfect. Life is not perfect. There we go. And I'll just cut off the extra. And I'm going to do the same to the other side. Just got some paint on there. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't matter. Put the glue in the corner. And this is going to go in her bathroom. My daughter's moving. And she can have a new bathroom. So we thought we'd do a nautical theme in there. She's moving closer to me, so yay. I've missed her so much. We moved away 2 years ago. And I have missed my shopping buddy and my confidant and my best friend. I'll glue this side down. I should hold that a little bit. It's slipping off. So she's going to be moving here to Vero Beach. And I can't wait. We're just waiting for her home to sell. And for her to buy another one. So this here's the other corner. Almost done. Now this box was just a box that I got from Amazon with my camera in it actually. And it's pretty much done. Let me just cut that off. So this is just going to go on the back of our toilet to hold toilet paper or lotions or whatever else. And it's done. Here it is completed. So this is the completed piece. I like it. I like the beachiness of it, the rustic look, a little nautical flair. I painted the inside, just not the whole thing because no one's going to see in there. It's going to be stuff in it. I just painted the edges with that black that I just washed on there. So this is the totally completed box. I like the way it came out. This side, I don't know, I don't think it's quite, this piece here needs a little help. I'm going to throw a little tiny bit of white paint on that, just to make it look a little more weathered. Oh, this white is always hard to open. Again, here's my finger. Just taking a little paint off the cover. I'm going to wet this a little bit. Spread some on there. There we go. Take the washcloth. There we go. That adds a little more character to it. That was just way too flat looking. I'm going to do the same with the black. Just add a little bit dots of white. Spread it with some water. Let's wipe it off. There we go. Now it's got a little bit more character too. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. And I'll be back again and I'm going to discuss getting oil paint inexpensively. Most of my paintings are done in oil. Here's one I started with, an oil painting. I wouldn't be able to afford to paint in oil if it weren't for the paints that I use. And more on that next time. Thanks again. Bye-bye.